Welcome back to another episode. So, this topic is actually based on a question from my daughter. And my daughter did not ask me directly, but she asked my wife. She said, "Does daddy have a job?" That's such an interesting question, such a very, very good question. And it's not something that I've talked with my daughter about at all, actually. It's just something she was curious about. But the truth is, I don't have a job. I probably work more than if I did have a job, but I don't have a job. Now, my definition for a job, to start off, is work for money. I have not worked for money since July 29th, 2016. So I'm coming up on my 6 year anniversary, actually, in about a month. But the reason why I don't have a job is because I learned something about financial independence that I did not understand when I did have a job. And probably the best way to actually explain it, actually, you know what? I can't even explain it. You have to take it in for yourself. So what I've actually done is I've mapped out exactly what I actually had to go through to understand what financial independence is and what's required in order to get it. Now, based on what the economy right now, with inflation just going like crazy, recession on the horizon, actually more of a Great Depression on the horizon, most folks are in a position where they are concerned about what is going to happen next. And the paths that they're actually on, it's not really, you couldn't call it financial independence. And the reason being is because based on where the economy is going, their concerns as far as what their financial future looks like is very uncertain. And what financial independence is no matter where the economy is actually going, you have certainty as far as where you're actually going. You have direction. And I'm fortunate to actually have that. Now, the secret behind financial independence isn't actually what you think. It's not going to a special seminar. It's not necessarily being a part of a mastermind group. It's actually something that only you can address, that only you can actually solve. And what that essentially is, it's financial intelligence. Financial intelligence is the catalyst, it's the key ingredient in order to create financial independence. And what I learned is that in having a job, I was self-sufficient, but I was not financially independent. And the financial independence comes from the financial intelligence. And so I've been on a journey to understand that in depth as far as how that works, what do I actually need to do to set things up in a way in which I don't essentially have to worry about working for money. I can essentially allow what I've done to provide a future for me and the decisions that I make in order to just navigate essentially all the pitfalls and all the obstacles in front of me. Now, if you're interested in learning the same lessons that I have, if you're interested in learning how I've actually been able to create financial independence and been able to do so without having a job for the last 6 years, I invite you to visit escapethemonopoly.com. It is my lesson, what I've actually learned from all of my mentors, from my journey of what financial independence actually is. And, well, again, I can't even explain it to you. You have to take it in for yourself. So I encourage you to visit escapethemonopoly.com and take the game plan. That is the beginning of your journey to understand what financial independence is and essentially based on how you think, where you're headed. And that is incredibly important because how you think is essentially, that's what's going to map out your future. That's what's going to say exactly where you're going. And if you need more certainty right now in uncertain times, you really want to understand how you think. Don't worry about what everyone else is doing. Don't worry about where the economy is going. Have an idea of how you think and where that is actually guiding you. And if you start with that, I guarantee you're going to have progress and you're going to get on the right track or the track that you actually want to get on. So